Whenever I start to feel a little bit of doubt, even a slight little bit of doubt about Liverpool, they come along, they put their hand on my shoulder and just say, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We're going to deal with things for you. Liverpool 4, Crystal Palace 0. And what a performance that was by Liverpool. What a performance, a complete performance. You can basically sort of ignore the player ratings for a lot of these things here. Like here, every single one of these guys should be getting 9s at least. They didn't have the biggest threats at all given to them by Crystal Palace. And losing Wilfried Zaha very, very early on 15 minutes, as you can see there, is probably quite key to us not having any threats from Crystal Palace. But make no mistake, who did they bring on? Max Meyer. Still, they would have had their chances. They still had some dangerous players as well. Jordan Ayew. I'm surprised that I didn't see a Benteke. I don't know where he's at. He's not even on the bench. I don't know what happened to him. He played the last game that they played, but he did not play this game right here. I don't know what the plan was for these guys. I really, really don't know what the plan was for Crystal Palace. But regardless of any of that, and also, apparently since 2008, this is the first time where the opposition team hasn't had a single touch in the opposition box. A single touch. Not in the box whatsoever. And you can, with this much, this was just shit. This was domination by Liverpool. This was absolute domination by Liverpool in every single way. We will talk about the goals, of course, but the control that we saw from this game, this is why I felt that this was going to be a completely different game to what we saw at Everton, because not only is it because we are at home, and even without the fans in the stadium, it's still Anfield. It's still Anfield. On its own, it still has that aura. It still has that feeling. And the Kop looked absolutely beautiful with all the flags and the banners and everything like that was on there. Fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. And then you look at the amount of shots, the shots that were on target. This is still something I think that we need to improve here. 21 shots. If you're having 21 shots in a game, you're wanting to be having probably maybe 10, 12, 14 shots of them on target as well. The chance creation is there. The chance creation was absolutely brilliant. Shots off target, of course, and blocked shots as well. But this was absolute complete domination from passes and everything like that to pretty much everything else, apart from the tackles and all this sort of stuff, because they will have been the more defensive team, of course. Absolutely correct. As you can see, we move ourselves 23 points clear. Now we're going to go in and we're going to talk about the goals. Absolutely incredible goals. This free kick, and these are only images because you can't use video video of the game, but what a free kick this was by Trent. This was 5 or 7 minutes after Wilfried Zaha had gone off, and there was a little bit of a debate between Trent and Salah who was going to take this goal, who was going to take the free kick. There's no debate now. Trent might have been a little bit off in the Everton game, as a lot of our players were, misplaced passes, all that sort of business. But in this game, he stood tall. He was fantastic, absolutely brilliant, and just what a free kick that was. Literally, to curve a ball like this, and it was high, and it dipped late. The keeper, I would have thought he'd come a bit more central, in my opinion. Jamie Redknapp was saying on Sky Sports last night he felt that the goalkeeper was in a good position over here. I felt he'd be a bit more beneficial, a bit more central, creates a bit more doubt in Trent's mind of where he can go, what the options are. If the goalkeeper's a bit more central, then, because he ended up over this area just here, with his arms outstretched, but the ball's way up here, into the back of the net, and obviously I'm happy for it, but if you're looking at it from a critical point of view, the goalkeeper should have been a bit more central. It wouldn't have done him any harm to be central. Now, whether it would have impeded his view, or whether he was genuinely thinking Salah was going to go for goal or something like that, I don't know what his reasoning would be for going over to that far over onto the left-hand side. But hey, I don't care, because it was a hell of a free kick as well. And then we move on to Salah's goal as well. Salah's goal was absolutely fantastic. Fabinho, and I need to talk about Fabinho, but I will do so after we talk about the goals as well, because he proved me massively wrong. But what a ball. Now, that is the type of ball that you'll see Manchester United fans going absolutely nuts if Paul Pogba does it, or if, the media would go nuts if it was, your Lionel Messi and all this sort of business. But Fabinho pings this beautiful, beautiful ball over the top of basically their midfield and the defence. Patrick van Aanholt is the only one that's close to Salah, but seems to have switched off a little bit, gets caught in no man's land, isn't able to correct his body position quick enough, ends up on the floor. There were questions of offside, but those questions were answered pretty damn quickly as well. Salah chests it down beautifully, and puts it past the goalkeeper for 2-0 as well. And it was just us from then on in. If it wasn't already, it was definitely just us from that point on. And you're just thinking, these 2 goals have been absolutely fantastic. What a free kick by Trent. What a setup by Fabinho for Salah. And what a finish by Salah as well. Nice and composed. Showed exactly throughout the entire game what we missed from him against Everton. We missed him so much. We really, really did. And this goal for Salah was Liverpool's 100th goal for the season. 3rd season in a row that we've scored over 100 goals. And it is also tied Salah for 17 goals with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in 2nd position for the Golden Boot. 2 goals behind Jamie Vardy now. And he is definitely, with 7 games to go, he is well in the running for the Golden Boot again. And like I say, you're thinking that these goals are fantastic. Absolutely brilliant goals. If the goals stopped here, I'm alright with it. That's fine. That's not a problem. The goals didn't stop there. The goals didn't stop there whatsoever. Enter Fabinho. Oh my God. I jumped out my seat. I'm not even going to lie to you. I jumped out my seat and I was just like, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? Just an innocuous little layoff by Andy Robertson, so assist for Robertson. But a little layoff into midfield for Fabinho, who gets it to his right foot, just places it a little bit further in front of him, and then just winds up. And I'm thinking, whoa, what are you doing? I've seen this before against Man City, and he absolutely pile drove it. But this one was further out, and I'm thinking, there's absolutely no way. I can't understand the amount of power his legs must carry. Just natural power. And so some people have it, just natural power in their legs. We've seen it all the time with Gerrard. Gerrard doesn't have, Adama Traore legs. But the way he struck a ball, when Gerrard hit a ball, it stayed hit. And everyone knows what that phrase means. When Fabinho hit that ball, if the goal wasn't there, I'm pretty sure that would have just gone out of Anfield, straight through the seats, straight through the stand, and just kept going right through Liverpool. That ball was hit, and I'm probably, for the goalkeeper, I'm pretty sure he's glad he didn't get a hand to it, because he probably wouldn't have any hands left. Honestly, that was... someone was saying it was 25 yards out. There's no way that was only 25 yards out. It needed to be about 30 yards out at least, in my opinion anyway. That's just my opinion, but there's no way. That was just an absolute pile driver by Fabinho, a man who, for all intents and purposes, I felt didn't deserve to start the game because of his performance against Everton. Well, not against just Everton. I just felt he wasn't going to give us enough. I didn't know if he was back. Yeah, he's definitely back, and I shouldn't have questioned it whatsoever. And I never will again. I'm very, very sorry. But what a goal. I've watched that goal back more than any of the others because it was absolutely fantastic. And then we come to the final goal, and a man that I see so much love for, not just from Liverpool fans, but from opposition fans as well. I watched Hugh Wizzy's video last night as I was getting into bed, and his appreciation for Mane, and it's not just his appreciation either. It's everyone's appreciation, but it was also the build up to the goal as well. Firmino and Salah combining to get the pass off. Salah putting a first time pass. What a pass that was on a weak foot as well through to Mane. Mane gets himself in, and he just look at that. Look at the way his body position is. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect for the type of shot that he was going for. Leaned over, head down, but looking at the ball. He's got his arms involved as well. Just that perfect body position. And the finish was absolutely fantastic. If I can compare it to anyone, I'll do the same as Hugh Wizzy did and compare it to Thierry Henry. It was that type of finish. Fantastic finish. And I think while Salah himself is on 17 goals and I think maybe 7 assists or something like that, Sadio Mane is on 15 goals, I believe. And just what a player. Like, people will talk about who is the best player between Salah and Mane. Thankfully, I don't have to choose that because I don't think I could. I really, really don't. But I think more importantly than anything right now is this team is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Without a shadow of a doubt. The only person who didn't have anything to do was Alisson. Didn't have to do anything. No assists. Obviously. No assists, obviously no goals. The way these stats go anyway. Let's have a look at his anyway. He didn't have to make any saves. Didn't have to make any punches. No run-outs. No high claims. Nothing like that whatsoever. He didn't have to do... He could have literally just pitched himself up, put a seat right next to the goal. I know that there was an image on Twitter that went around like that of Alisson sat on a stool smoking. He literally could have. If he wanted to, he could have just lay down in front of the goal, got his phone out, and just, get his guitar out as well. Just start recording some songs, man. But genuinely, there's no coincidence of Fabinho being the man of the match here. Closely followed by Salah and Mane. The defender, everybody else. It was a whole unit performance, in my opinion. Fabinho stood out, so did these guys as well, but it was just a whole unit performance. A performance that I'm exceptionally proud of as well. And as I said at the start of the video, if there's ever any doubts that creep in for me, at any point with Liverpool, they always come, they put their hand on my shoulder, and they say it'll be alright, don't worry, we've got this. And I firmly believe, in essence, without saying it, we have got this. That's just what I feel. I still haven't said that we've won the title because we haven't. I'm one of few that hasn't. I'm one of few content creators that hasn't said we've won the title. People, like other content creators, were saying it in January and stuff like that, and I refused to because I still never believe that it's over until it's over. It's never over until it's over. We've got Crystal Palace. We've got Chelsea versus Man City tonight. And if Man City drop points, Man City have to win to even delay us winning the title. So if they pick up a draw or they lose the game, we win the title. And some people are like, no, I want to do it against Man City. I don't care when we do it. After a 30-year wait, I don't care when Liverpool win the title. If we win the title today, fantastic, great. I'm all about that. If we get to win it against Man City, great. I'm all about that as well. Whoever we win it against, I don't care. I just want us to do it because we deserve to do it. We deserve the title, but it's still not a given. It's still not done just yet anyway. So listen, fantastic performance by everybody in a Liverpool shirt. I was so proud to see Nico Williams come on and Harvey Elliott as well. I would have liked to have seen Curtis Jones come on. I was surprised to see Naby Keita come on as well. Minamino, Oxlade-Chamberlain. These guys came on basically as just as the game was not slowing down, but we were well in control, and you could have brought everyone or anyone on, probably apart from Lovren, because I wouldn't have been a fan of that. But they could have put Lovren on to create some excitement for the opposition, some opportunities for the opposition. But no, honestly, fantastic performance by everybody involved, using the 5 substitutes as well. Nico Williams was especially bright when he came on as well. Definitely a future starter, in my opinion, somehow. I don't know what's going to go on between Williams and Trent Alexander-Arnold, whether he'll move into midfield one day. Listen, these are conversations for another day. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to be making the reviews for the other games that happened as well, but not until I've actually watched them. And I'm probably going to have to watch them on Match of the Day replay because they were all on at the same time. The only game I got to watch was United versus Invisible Men, essentially. But no, listen, fantastic performance by Liverpool. I couldn't be prouder. Nothing makes me happier than being able to go to bed at night after a Liverpool win and then wake up the next day on a boiling hot day like today and know that we've won. What a beautiful game it was as well. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. Please get your thoughts in the comments section below. Whoever you support, whether you're a Liverpool supporter, Palace fans, I don't know if there's anything that you can take out of this game, to be honest. You came up against the top team in the league that just happened to be on fire that day with a performance that was probably on par with, if maybe only bettered by the performance we put in against Leicester around Christmas time. And you lost Zaha as well, your most dangerous attacker. That probably changed the game plan for Crystal Palace as well. But I feel no ill will towards Crystal Palace whatsoever. So all the best to Crystal Palace. I think they're still ninth in the table as it stands right now. And I think they will be, unless Arsenal, win their game that they play as well. But hey, it's just one of those things. You came up against a team that was on fire that day. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.